Hello. Hi. So yeah, we're going to be going over some. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, so you know what we're doing tonight. We're going over some of my very old magic books. I got these, majority of them, from a dentist. Actually, I worked an event for D Magazine called The Best Dentist of Dallas, and I met a dentist there named Dr. Keith Kriegel, and his grandfather was a magician, and he had a bunch of his grandfather's old stuff, including these magic books, and he's like, they're just sitting in my house. If you have interest in them, please come take them. So I was like, okay, thank you, Dr. Kriegel. So you're going to see Kriegel written on a lot of these books, and that's his grandfather's handwriting. So they're old, and I imagine, they haven't been kept in the best shape. I imagine that, he did, Dr. Keith Kriegel did the best that he could, but these weren't like kept archival style. So there's a lot of love on them. So I'm excited to go through them, and I'm going to wait till a couple of people join in so I don't have anybody miss anything. In the meantime, I'm going to take a nice old sip. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. Take a nice old sip from my sun-kissed cherry limeade. Not sponsored, at least not yet. Delicious. It's very good. I like cherry limeade a lot. Yeah, so these books are, again, super old. I don't know what the oldest date on these are, but I mean, I have ones. This one's, I think, 1927. We got some really big stuff here. We have stuff from Houdinis estate. We have T. Nelson Downs, Will Goldston, and then we have what's really neat here, which I think would be fun to look through, is it's called a 5-in-1 catalog by Lyle Douglas, and it's like a lot of different like mail order magic stuff. It's just old advertisements, so you can like order it, say, oh yeah, I want that, I've got to send away for that in the mail. So, and this is from a place called Douglas Dallas. So this must have been a magic shop that was here in Dallas, Texas a long time ago. So yeah, 103 South Akron Street. Yeah, this will be fun to look through. I'm really excited. So I have my overhead camera set up here. If you're wondering what this is so that we can kind of look down and you can look with me what we're looking at. So I guess we'll just kind of get into it, and hopefully we'll get some people to come join us pretty soon, and we can all share in the fun. Let's start with, I don't know what to start with. Well, first thing I'm going to do, I'll take out my ring and my watch so it's not shiny and distracting. Old books, very old books. I have another one that I don't have in this collection we're looking at tonight, which was a Jean Hugard book from the 30s, which is not part of the collection we're looking at today. But maybe we'll break that one out and do a part 2 of this if you guys like it. So let's pop down to the overhead camera. There we go. Beautiful. Now there's a little bit of a delay with it. It's a little bit off, but not too bad. And let's poke in a little bit. All right. And of course, I'm going to be as careful with these as possible. I really wish I had white gloves and the whole thing, but I got what I got. I think we'll do overhead. If you guys want me to zoom in on anything, let me know, and we'll kind of pop in and do a tighter shot of some of these things. But this is the Houdini's Big Little Book of Magic, Easy for Everyone, 145 Magic Tricks by Houdini and Other Magicians. And you see that the book is barely on there. And this was W. Paul Kriegel in Austin, Texas. Not too worried about showing the address or anything. This is stuff's very, very old, and these people are no longer living. The Book of Magic. Maybe I should I pop in a little bit? Can you guys see okay, or should I zoom in? Wondering if I should zoom in a little bit. We'll try that. Yeah, that's a little bit better, isn't it? I might have to zoom out for some of the other books. They're a little bit larger. But Book of Magic, fascinating puzzles, tricks, and mysterious stunts, selected by Houdini, the world's greatest magician. Whitman Publishing Company, Racine, Wisconsin. Copyright 1927 by Beatrice Houdini, executrix of the estate of Harry Houdini. Printed in the USA. This paper is very old. Very, very old. It says, so I'll let you guys look at these if you want to pause them and take a look. I'm not worried about revealing anything in here. This stuff is, this stuff was 100 years old when it was published 100 years ago. So I'm not really worried about revealing anything. There's no marketed effects in here, although there are probably some marketed effects today that are built off the principles in this. I love the illustrations. There's a whole art style to the way that old magic books are illustrated, and I just love it. Unfortunately, it never usually tells you who illustrated the book, so I'd be curious to see if they had other artwork or other things that they did. I gotta be careful because these books are falling apart. And as you can see, this is quite a large book too. This clever cork trick, I learned this wasn't Tarbell, it was Encyclopedia of Magic by Mark Wilson. This tumbler trick. Oh, so where I got these books? I got these from. So I did a magic show for D Magazine, which is a large magazine here in Dallas. D stands for Dallas Magazine. And they hold events throughout the year. In fact, I'm scheduled to do quite a few more with them in the next couple of months. But they had one for something called the Best Dentists of Dallas, and they held a party for them. And I met a dentist there named Dr. Keith Kriegel, and his grandfather was a magician, and he had a bunch of this old magic stuff and wanted to share it. And he's like, "Oh, hey, you're a magician? Oh, well, nobody in my family is interested in this stuff. I'd rather go to somewhere where it's going to be appreciated." So he gifted me all of these old, wonderful magic books, and I got to also see and take pictures of some very old magic props and playing cards that were stuff I'd only seen in illustrations before. It was wild. So I got these because I had a very generous gift from somebody I met at a magic show. The disappearing coin. This is pretty cool. I love that they're using soap here. Today we would probably use blue tack or sticky tack of some sort, poster tack. By the time they used soap. And actually soap works really well. I've done that I've seen this version of this done with a handkerchief where you fold the corners over. One corner has soap on it, and you fold the soap one down onto the coin first, and then the other corners. And whenever you open up the handkerchief, the coin is stuck to the soap on the end of the handkerchief and disappears. It's pretty cool. The balanced quarter. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, you know what? You've probably seen some of these on Scam Nation too, believe it or not. I mean, this stuff's old, you guys. It's hilarious when everybody's like, "Well, you can't give that away." It's like, guys, this is everybody's. Oh, I used to do this when I was a kid. I used to take printer paper whenever it still had the strips on the side. The old dot matrix printers, and I used to take the paper trimmings, and I used to do this to do the 5-sided figure, and if you shine a light through it, you get a star, which is cool. You can do this with a newspaper, fairly soft but yet strong piece of paper, and make a hole exactly the size of a dime. You can do this with a 3x5 card too, which is pretty cool. So this is just kind of, I mean, I'm not going to go through every single page of this book, but it's really cool stuff. Oh, here's a fun one. This reminds me of kind of something I've been reading, the Mellini series, or the Mellini book from Vanishing Ink. I got it on loan from my friend Landon Stark. It's the Steve Cohen. Oh, I'm just losing paper. It's just so brittle. But this reminds me of something Mellini would do, the string through the buttonhole. Yeah. So this is, I mean, this is really cool stuff. Maybe someday I'll go through and I'll photograph everything and then have a PDF of it and I can share it with you guys. So there's that one. And I want to see what the back says. Usually the back usually has some more interesting information. Oh, it says Dr. Kriegel, Mysterious Liquid. Anyway, there you go. So there's that guy right there. Houdini's Little Book of Magic, 1929. And you can see it's missing its spine now. It's starting to come apart. The paper is so brittle. If I took it and did this, it would just crumble into nothingness. So I'm going to be really careful with that. You can see we have some, unfortunately, some collateral damage that happened there. Just opening the book. It's very sad. So we got to treat these very carefully. This one, the book has, or the backing has come off of. This is the Wayman Brothers, Tricks with Coins, 89 Illustrations, Modern Coin Manipulation by T. Nelson Downs, The King of Coins, published by Wayman Brothers, New York. It says Paul Kriegel on there. 50 cents. This was copyright 1905. 1905. Including now published for the first time a complete explanation of the world-famous coin creation, The Miser's Dream. So this is so old that The Miser's Dream was new when this book was published. Excuse me. But yeah, this is just really cool stuff. Kind of go through and see the chapters here and see what we got. I find this stuff fascinating. And I'm curious, guys, I want to show you these illustrations too. These are so well done that on camera I think they almost look like photographs. These are really gorgeous illustrations. And I want to know how everybody's been doing this week. Hopefully they've been doing amazing. Let's bring the music down a little bit. There we go. Cool. So yeah, so we got all these really weird handholds and everything. I've read, you know, Art of Magic and Modern Coin Manipulation. I've read reprints of these, but these are the original. Hey, Moon Eater, I'm doing great. It's good to see you. How's everything going? You know, I love how, like, magicians seem to have published these things not because they were done performing them, but they wanted to kind of like flex on magicians, I think, of like, oh yeah, I'll tell you how I did it, but it's going to be so difficult that good luck trying yourself, you know. That's kind of the feeling I get from these some of these publications, because you see like some of the stuff they're doing, you're like, that's insane. Like nobody would do that. I think these are just beautiful. Could be better, but this heat is killing me. Where are you at that it's so warm? I'm in Texas right now. Well, of course I'm in Texas right now. And it's, I mean, it's warm, but it's like not, you know, unusual for Texas. So we've been getting some rain too, so the humidity's been up a lot. Oh, that's interesting. What does that say? I didn't know this was in here. This looks like a little piece of something. Tricks and puzzles. It looks like part of a packaging or something that was used as a bookmark. That's really cool. That bookmark's been in there for who knows how long. Amazing. Wow. This is the stuff you don't get to see unless you actually go through it and appreciate it. Man, these illustrations, these are gorgeous. So I'm gonna kind of just peruse through here real quick. And I want to, of course, take a look at the back. There's always interesting stuff at the back and the front. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This kind of stuff here. Popular comic, dramatic, and dialect recitations. Toasts. Love letters and how to write them for ladies and gentlemen. Easy method for learning French quickly. Easy method for learning Italian quickly. 1,000 ways to get rich. Play checkers. Learn Spanish. 1,000 conundrums. And you're going to have to forgive this because as I'm going through here, you have to remember this was printed in 1905. I have come across some stuff that I would not consider very PC at all. And you have to remember the time in which it was printed. Not that it makes it right, but there was a, this is historical, and we've hopefully come a long way and learned something as we've gotten older and more intelligent as a society. Hopefully. But yeah, I've come across, there's one I'm not showing on camera because it's just flat out it's hyper racist, and so that's not going on. I'm not even going to show that one. But yeah, okay, so March 11, 1933. The more I've been digging into my magic studies, the more this name keeps coming up. Will Goldston, not somebody who I have a huge knowledge about, but I keep seeing that name appear, and I wonder what it is. I wonder who he is. He's quoted a lot in older magic books and has a lot of his own publications. So. Should learn more about who he was. These are the kind of books that I used to find at the library. Tricks and illusion. Because you'd have all these like really crazy like gimmicked whatevers, and you'd be like, yeah, that's cool, but where do I buy that? Right? Like, okay, oh, that's how magic works. Okay, now if I can only locate this thing or build that, what am I even looking at? And that was the kind of stuff that always frustrated me when I was starting out in magic, because it seemed inaccessible, because it's like, where do you get a contraption like that? How much does that cost? Who even makes something like that? Or where do I get plans to make it myself? You know, it's like, no way. Yeah, like this. Like, oh yeah, it's just a sword with a thing in it. It's like, yeah, but okay, where do you get that? Show me magic I can do at home with what I have. I haven't read if an octopus could palm, but I remember hearing something about it coming out. I think probably around the same time that the Buck twins were all the rage. That was the fad of the day, and I remember hearing about that book or that project. I don't even know if it was a book, but I guess I should probably look it up. Yeah, I mean, this stuff's really cool. It shows you some neat inner workings of like stage props and things, but like, and it says tricks and illusions. So it's like, I guess I could, forgive it because it's saying illusions as well. So like, you're gonna get your grand illusion stuff in there. But I mean, it's so cool. Like, I wanted to like scan these and turn them into T-shirts. Like, some of this artwork is just so cool. So you guys are you guys into this kind of stuff? Because like I got 5 of you here, so I imagine you didn't miss it. So you must be into it a little bit. But is this stuff that you guys want to see? This is me just kind of going, you know what? I want to share some of this. I don't know if anybody else likes it or is into it, but hopefully y'all are. All right, and then we're gonna kind of burn through here real fast. The bean handcuff trick. I got these from Dr. Keith Kriegel. He's somebody I met when I was performing at a D Magazine event, and these were his grandfathers. He said nobody else in his family, his daughter, wasn't into it, and he was just storing them, but he wasn't sure what to do with them. And he thought he would try to, since he had met me, see if I was interested in this kind of stuff. And of course, the answer is yes. So I said, yes, I would be interested. And he's like, well, then they are yours. And I was like, okay, well, thank you. I will make sure they're going to a good home. I will take very good care of them. This is beautiful stuff. Whenever I get finally an office again, whenever that happens, I know that, that may be a little while from now. I've just got this little corner of my bedroom. That's my studio. But whenever I get my own office again, whenever the kids move out or we move to a bigger place and I've got the room for an office, it's going to be my gaming / live streaming / magic room. And these are going to go up and be displayed. I've also got some uncut sheets of playing cards that I want to put on the walls and some other things that I just can't do because, I've already taken over this bedroom so much. And, my wife has to spend time in this room too. So we compromise and we try to, be tolerable or, to the other one. So. All right. And this one doesn't have anything interesting in the back, but it does have those games and amusements from Broadway House list. So there's that. Excuse me. I'm going to take a little drink of water. But in the meantime, this is the last book we're going to go ahead and take a look through. Let me dry my hands off too, because I do not want to get wetness on that. Okay. She will get into magic eventually too, don't worry. Her and I have been together 12 years. I don't think she's going to get any more into magic. If anything, I've probably worn her out on the whole idea of magic. She doesn't like watching magic tricks anymore. She only likes watching me perform for other people, but she won't help me with watching tricks very much without a side glance or oh really, you're going to ask me to do that? Okay, so this is the last one. This one has a special interest to me because I live here in Dallas, and this comes from a Dallas publication, and so I'm pretty excited about it. It's called the Complete 5-in-1 Catalog, Lyle Douglas. So this is I guess these are the 5 catalogs in one. You have professional magic, amateur magic, magic books, puzzles, and jokesters and novelties. So you get like gags and stuff like that. Okay. And the camera is doing this a lot more justice than it really deserves. It's not this vibrant of a yellow in person. It's pretty faded yellow, but it just pops. I guess it's the iPhone camera is just trying to saturate the colors or whatever. Excuse me. All right. So copyright 1932 by Lyle Douglas. So let's take a look at some of this. Magician's Secret Service. Not supernatural, no exchanges. The various effects described in this catalog are produced by ordinary normal methods. There are no such thing employed as magnetism, incantations, or the use of powers beyond the normal understanding. Instructions are sent with every effect, and careful following of these instructions will enable most anyone with ordinary intelligence to perform the effect as described. The various effects are described as they appear to the spectator, not necessarily as they are actually done by the performer. And that's nice to have. That little disclaimer there would be really nice on Theory 11, The Illusionist, Vanishing Ink, Penguin Magic. I think most people know that you're not actually performing, you know, magic in the with the CK, you know, MIGICK or JICK. But you know, the part there about this is they're described as they appear to the spectator, not as necessarily they're done by the performer. I think we could use some of that again. Needle through thumb, pocket spirit slates, 10 lit matches, cutting a camel in half. Not the animal though. The magic nut. I'm a child. Lighted match production. I have a lighted match production. I got mine from I don't remember where I got it. I think it was actually from, oh god, who is that? I have a lighted match production. It's cool. If you're gonna open, you're gonna see these things and you're gonna go, oh man, I had that when I was a kid. You know, these are things that have been sold forever. The egg bag, right? The thumb tie, yeah. This is, oh, the broken restored fan, yeah, classic. This is cool. A keto coin box. Yep, that's some good stuff. So let's kind of pop through. Just kind of go to a random page. Let's go right. I don't know. It looks like it's color coded too. You notice the pages are it's faded from the edge here, but the saturation is helping a little bit. You can see the different color coding, and I think that's to tell you which catalog you're in. Modern Magician's Table. That's handy. Skeleton magic tables. The very last word in weird, mysterious-looking tables for magicians who take pride in dressing up their stage. You'll be proud to own a set of skeleton magic tables. You will still be more proud of the admiration and attention they will receive wherever you show. Special trick wands. I feel like I'm looking at a Harry Potter catalog. You get different wands that do different things. You know, it's kind of like magicians were the original Hawkeye. We just had a wand for every occasion. We just pull them out. Oh, you need a tooth extracted? Well, I've got a special wand that pulls teeth. I've got a. Oh, you ran out of toilet paper? Don't worry, I've got a wand for that. So yeah, I think this is just really cool. Change bag, yep. Good old change bags. I mean, the thing is, we really haven't changed a lot. I mean, a lot of this stuff is still sold and performed. I mean, and so what? Like I know that some people go, oh well, we gotta shake magic up. Why? There's so. I don't mean that to be lazy. I say that because, the thing is that, people grow old and die, and new people replace them. And if the magic can stay the same, then I mean, like if it's good magic, it sticks around, it stays. If it's not, then we lose it to history, and it becomes one of those, you know, weird the radio slates that cost $1.50, and you'll only find it in a magic catalog because who would buy that? But yeah, no, this stuff is the good stuff sticks, and we've had a long time to check what sticks. Here's something interesting. This right here, Fish from the Air. This is $7.50 American, and this is essentially what Mac King performs. He's performed this on late night television. I've seen him perform this live. Performs it in his Vegas stage show. Cost $7.50 in this, which, for the time was actually probably a pretty hefty price. It's probably, I don't know what that, adjusting for inflation, what that is. But there it is. It's an oldie, but guess what? We're still using it. And people you know of that are famous and awesome, still using it. There's nothing new under the sun. Yeah, Rabbit production boxes. The catalog of magic books, popular books on magic. Well, wait a minute. Okay, so let's go back and let's see what. Okay, so this is the first one of popular books on magic. Tricks and Illusions by Will Goldston. Hey, I think I'll order that. Yes, I'd like the Tricks and Illusions by Will Goldston. Thank you. Wow, look at that. What great service. Publicity Miracles, Conjures. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. See, here's the thing is these are books that, apparently very popular. I only recognize a couple of them. Of course, recognize 101 Methods of Forcing by Ted Anneman. I definitely know that one. Tricks and Illusions because I own it. But yeah, so I'm curious to see how many of these I have. How to Answer Questions for Mind Reading Acts by Burling Hull. That's a good one. Oh, these are all Burling Hull. I wonder if he had like a sponsored post. 200 Tricks You Can Do by Howard Thurston. Professor Hoffman. Read a lot of Professor Hoffman stuff. Modern Magic. I have read Modern Magic. The thing is, though, with a lot of old magic books, what I feel like is that when I read them, it kind of reminds me of how the ancient Greeks used to think that you could deduce how the world worked. You didn't actually have to experiment or investigate. You could deduce based on some basic evident facts how everything worked. And they got some stuff right, like the atom, right? They figured out the atom by reasoning it out. If you just keep cutting something smaller and smaller and smaller, then there's one piece that is just so small you can't cut. An atom is that. But then there's also... Oh, sorry, my wife is coming in. I don't think she knew I was still streaming. But then, the reason I bring that up is because you read some of these old magic books and it goes, well, with the proper application of such and such, it should be possible to da-da-da-da-da. And we'll describe an effect based on how they imagine it would work, but it never been audience tested. And so later you'll start to see books that say that they've been audience tested. And I think that's really important. You can't just sell something you came up with without knowing if it actually works in real life. And so you start seeing that kind of stuff when you start looking at old magic books. Magnetic Fun. Yeah, so some pretty racist stuff in there. So we're just going to skip right past all the racism. Thank you. An ugly part of our history that we shall not repeat or examine. We recognized it was there and we moved past it. All right. Yeah, but some of these puzzle things, God, you see these at the dollar store now. You know, you can find all these at the dollar store, or still being sold by some modern. You go to like a Calendars Go or Go Calendars or whatever during the holidays, and they have all these kind of like puzzles and stuff. Yeah, the T puzzle, that's a cool one. Yep. Yeah, all those wooden block puzzles. Yep. These are the latest wood block puzzles. These were new. And then 50 mysteries of magic you can do. Oh. There. Look at that. These are actually routines being described. So they give you a little bit of free magic in there that you can, helpful hints for beginners. That's cool. All right, let's look at some of this. Maybe I can zoom in a little more. Is that too much? It would help if it could focus. Let's see if we can get some of that going. No, I don't think I'm going to find enough detail focus on that. That's too bad. Sorry. Okay. Never tell beforehand what the effect of your trick will be. If you do, the audience will know what to expect and will be on the lookout to catch the secret. That is true. Never repeat a trick to the same audience. The second time they know what is coming and they are prepared to watch more closely. First time's magic, second time is a lesson. I wasn't say that there, but that's my phrase. Practice diligently. Learn to talk. Too quick. Yep, don't do it too quickly. The wand is an accessory every beginner should have. It adds an air of mystery to your performances. Not only that, but is a great aid in many ways that we cannot publicly disclose. On this page, you will find several kinds of wands cataloged. With each wand, we would send an instruction sheet suggesting various uses. Books on magic, nothing supernatural. Advice, equality. And then back to some more tricks. Oh, there's some stuff with dominoes. That's cool. So here's where I'm curious about, okay? Absolutely okay. Agreeably surprised. That's excellent. Okay. So it says Lyle Douglas, the Store of 1,000 Wonders, Station A, Dallas. Order sheet. Always send post office or express money order if possible. Clean and unused one when 2-cent U.S. postage stamps will be accepted for small amount only. If you send a coin, warp it carefully. I imagine they probably meant wrap that carefully. Found a 100-year-old typo there. Foreign coins and stamps not accepted. So there's the catalog. And then let's take a look at the back here. If it comes from Douglas, it must be good. Welcome back, Moon Eater. Yeah, so this is what I find interesting right here. It says, our retail stores where you may make purchases in person are located at 1616 Commerce Street, Dallas, and 103 South Ackerd Street, Dallas. I've been on Commerce and Ackerd Street. They're very common streets in downtown. And it's amazing that I probably drove by and it was a CVS or something now, but it used to be this magic shop. It's actually pretty cool. Let's do this on stream. Why not? This will be fun. Why don't we find out what they are now? What's at those places now? Hey, welcome back. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed a look at those. I have a lot of old books. So if you guys want me to do a part 2, let me know. And I would love to pull some more out and show you some more on a second stream. But for today, let's go ahead and take a look at Google Maps here and see Burpees. Okay. It was 1616 Commerce Street, Dallas. 1616. Okay. And then let me pull up how do I do this? I gotta remember how to do this. Window capture. There we go. Done. Boom. Oh, well, we don't want that. All right. Let's see if I can give myself a little room. And then this one will make it a little bit bigger. Or can we just do this? Transform, reset, transform. Window capture. Transform, reset, transform. Okay. Cool. Almost cool. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what that is now. I'm curious. It says, this is the sixth floor museum right here. This is where Kennedy was shot. The sixth floor museum is the book depository that you probably heard about in the Zapruder film and all that stuff that took place right here. So that's where he was shot. And what's spooky is that there is an X on the road where the fatal shot was had. Dallas World Aquarium. I had a friend that used to work there as an event coordinator. So it looks like this red dot here is 1616 Commerce. Let's see if we can blow this up a little bit. Okay. So 1616 Commerce. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a CVS or something. There's a Neiman Marcus. Well, it couldn't unless they tore it down and then put it there. But what does that say on that? That's a parking spot, though. So it might be on this side of the road. So there's a Neiman Marcus where that magic shop used to be. Somewhere thereabouts. Or maybe it was a corner shop like that. And then what was the other one? The other one was 103 South Packard Street. So let's take a look at that one. Let's take a look at 103 South Packard Street. 103 South Packard Street, Dallas. 103 South Packard Street. Okay. And then, and the other one was, oh, well, that's got a certain historical look to it, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. It's got the iron gates and everything. It's a part of the Magnolia Hotel, I guess. Or it would be on this side. And it would be, that looks like too new of a building there. Maybe it was part of that, that's a beautiful, look at that. This guy even cleaning up over there. That's 101 Ackerd Street. So I'm curious. Let's see. Can we read that? Dallas Landmark. Wish I could read what that says, but it's too pixelated for me to make out. But yeah, so old. Yeah, and this is my city. This is my city here. This is where I live. It's changed a lot from 100 years ago, I'm sure. But yep, there's the eyeball. World famous eyeball there. World famous eyeball. Yep, I've performed in a lot of these buildings and a lot of the high rises. I've been up there and done shows. Good times. It's my city. All right. And transform, reset, transform. Ha ha. Google Maps on a Magic Channel. Well, we were looking at the addresses from this Dallas Magic catalog. I wanted to see where in my home city it was, where in my hometown. So, um, more interested in you following one of the instructions for a random magic trick. Okay, let's do it. Uh, let's go with Houdini's magic. It has the largest selection of different types of effects, I think. So, I'm just randomly putting my finger in there. Let's do. Well, I can't do that one. That was impractical. Ah, all these are going to require a preparation. But I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll do a short. I can do some shorts on that whenever I have a little bit more time. I'll film a couple of me just trying to randomly do that. That might be for fun. Oh, gentlemen and ladies, I think that we're getting towards the end of the stream here. I'm so grateful for all of you joining me tonight, helped me look through this stuff. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I am planning to do more themed live streams like this so that we can take a look at something, even if it's just, hey, let's take a look at some old magic books, or hey, here's a neat thing I found. Here's a doohickey. Here's a whatever. But it seems like you guys have been enjoying those, and I hope you have. If you haven't, please let me know. And if you do like this kind of stuff, thumbs ups are always helpful, and comments, that helps me fight the YouTube algorithm. Um, yeah. So I'll catch you guys really soon. Thank you for joining me. I'll try to be here next Friday. If I'm not, I'll try to give you a warning on Discord or something, or the community page. But yeah, assume always Fridays at 9 p.m. unless otherwise specified. I try to be good about letting you guys know when I may have to miss one. The giant eyeball, that's awesome. Oh, the giant bean in Chicago. It's not a bean. It's not a. Yeah, it looks like a bean. It does look like a bean. I actually have a snow globe from Chicago that features the bean. What was my first magic book? The first one I can remember. I probably still have it. I'll pull it out next time. It's old too, like me. Oh, Moonir, thanks. I'm looking out for. I'm super curious about the magic tricks out there. So let me know what you find and what you got. I'm all about that. All about that. You guys have a wonderful night. Okay, I'll catch you in the next stream next week.